My dad descends from the Burroughs family who landed in Stafford County, roughly 1635. From our archives, what we've learned is they were surveyors and lighthouse builders. They were involved in Point Comfort, the building of that lighthouse. There's still a lot of Burroughses up in Stafford County. Somehow they made it down the waterway and ended up in Princess Anne County in, I want to say, the mid-1700s. I think Elsie is the E-L-Z-Y Burroughs, was the matriarch at the time. John J. Burroughs was, yes, ahead of him. Our family cemetery is located off Holland Road. We're very proud of that. We don't own the property around it, but we still have a lot of descendants that are buried there. So Dad is an 8th generation Virginian, and I'll let him fill in the blanks.
Well, I can say this much, that the Burroughses lost all their wealth during the Civil War. They kind of had to start back over. And I was born in this house right here. And my dad acquired that in 1912, this property here. And I'll tell you a little thing about it. I don't know if it's worth it or not. He was Commissioner of Revenue for 20 years, 12 to 32. And when he bought this property here, he didn't have the money, but he went and offered to the biggest banks, one but 2 of them in there, and wanted to borrow the money to pay these people off, family, because it was a whole piece of property here, stores and everything. And he said that not any banks would lend him money. And the last banker he went to said, "I wouldn't lend you $3,000 for all of Princess Anne County." I would say Pungo, per se, is kind of like a key place to live in the South, because it was the last crossroad over here. And Pungo was an exciting place, especially during World War II and before World War II. They had that Pungo airfield. I'll get you a picture here for you.
That's where we were standing right here.
Wow.
That's where we are right here. And airfield's over there. Old barracks.
And you see this airfield here, right here. They had 200 permanent personnel during World War II over there. And if you were a pilot and you could fly in here on this runway at night, you were ready for a carrier. It's kind of angled like a carrier. You could come in and not crash. It's ready for the carrier.
Like training.
It was a training field.
Gotcha.
And these barracks, there's another set, but that's where men stayed. But it was 2 barracks. One of them I didn't tore down right after the war and didn't get a picture of it. But and they had a setup back in that if you were a pilot, say you were from Idaho, California, you could stay in that. You could stay in it, see, but your wife couldn't stay over there. You could eat over there, but you had to find a place for her to live. And a lot of them rented rooms, like this house here. My mother had 3 different pilots' wives. You know, they just used the room, sleep, take a shower, type stuff. And this store here was like a mall of the South. It had a big upstairs. You could buy clothes, anything you wanted. Bar right here. When I was a kid, I used to sneak over there and just hide under that fender, under that window on a Saturday evening. And I have not yet, since I was 6 years old, heard any worse language. The government had a survey, and they said that Pungo had 175 population, and they had, it was a quarter of a mile square was considered Pungo, because you had a post office there.
Pungo proper.
Well, you know, and,
Township.
but you see, they had a lot more houses. See, all these houses are gone. See, so they did have more population, and the 2 of them over there are gone, so they had more population.